your shampoo bits? Oh, I'm just gonna like lay right here, and I'll just be like, okay, Minu, blah, 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 yeah. All right, so essential hair care. There's a few key things about essential hair care that I really want to talk about. So, first of all, we're a sustainable hair brand. You'll hear me say that a lot today. And one of the things that we have done is we have partnered with different organizations that also are at the forefront of sustainability, regenerative agriculture, all of that. And one of the ways that we communicate that is through our partnership in Essentials with an organization called Slow Food Presidia. Okay, who here's a mom? Okay, great. So I'm not a mom, I'm a dad. But so Slow Food Presidia, the reason I asked this, was founded in the early 90s by a group of Italian moms and grandmas. And what they wanted to do was they wanted to slow down the encroachment of fast food into their communities. And I'm not here to knock fast food. I mean, on my road trip, I may have partaken in some fast food. But when you think about it, you know, fast food serves a purpose, right? Slow food. Think of what that really means, slow food. So slow food, chances are, who here likes to cook? Great, great. Do you ever, like, you know, something that you really put some time and energy into, maybe it's a special occasion meal, that type of a thing? Think of that as more slow food, right? So you go and you actually source the ingredients. You probably think about the people that you're preparing this for. It's a way that you know, if you want to use the term love language, it's a love language, really. Slow food, Presidia. Presidia is small farms or propagators, and what their purpose is to increase biodiversity throughout the world, okay? So what they've done is they've sourced heirloom or close to extinction different types of plants, in some cases farm animals actually. But our partnership with Slow Food Presidia is communicated through our essential hair care line, because each one on the label has a key ingredient, and it has in 3 languages, because we're a multinational company, in 3 languages, English, French, and Italian. The name of the product, the name of the farmer who grew it, and where in Italy that was actually grown. So is everybody familiar with, if I say farm to table? Yeah? Think of this as farm to shower. Easy enough. So for instance, Love Smooth. And I'm gonna, let's see. Okay, good. It's actually, sometimes I grab a product and I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna say that? But for instance, right there, with olive extract from Mr. Messina's farm, and it's in Ficara, Messina, Italy.
So
Bam,
cute.
there you go, right there.
It's the heart.
So yeah. All of the packaging is recyclable. Actually, in Essentials, all of the packaging is also food grade plastic. So for instance, the conditioner containers, you can wash them out and use them for leftovers, which I think is cool. You know, I see a lot of salons use them for plants and that kind of a thing. So they were designed to be repurposed. All right, also, paraben-free, sulfate-free, no animal testing. This is a big one I want to talk about because it doesn't have the little symbol on it, the bunny or whatever it is. So I've had clients actually come at me. What, the symbol's not on here. Well, the reason the symbol's not on here is because we're an Italian hair company based in the European Union. In the European Union, it's illegal to do animal testing, so they don't even put it on the label.
Because no one's doing it.
Yeah. So if you get that question from a client, that's a really good thing.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh,
I
like
saw
blow
the-
drying their hair.
You thought they were like
I
giving
thought they were
buddies
like,
little
yeah,
blowouts.
like, use
Oh,
like
lash
hair or
extensions.
something.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah,
to see if like
sure.
we got
That's
a like
wholesome.
a reaction or
I
something.
did just see a TikTok though. It was one of those miniature cows with long hair, and it was styled multiple ways.
Oh.
And I sent it to my business partner, and I was like, we need a salon cow.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That would fit
All
here,
right.
you know, a gaucher
got a grass patch.
I should tell you also, there are a couple of things here too. So when we get to love curl, so you know, the key ingredient in there is almond extract. So we'll talk about the allergen. I always get the allergen question here, so we'll talk about that. But vegan, with the exception of all your hair mist,
Okay.
not vegan, and I'll talk about that when we get to it. But otherwise everything is vegan also in essentials. Okay? Great. So everybody's good if I just start here and kind of go?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Love Smooth. I love Smooth. Oh, the other characteristic I didn't talk about. Nicknames. Each name is a nickname. It's indicative of Italian families to give beloved family members a nickname. And so that's what they've done with Essentials.
So glad you made it make sense.
I know, right? That's so
Makes a lot
cute.
more sense.
Yeah, my family is not Italian, but my family does nicknames too, so.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
Are you in the family if you don't?
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking about that. My 2 grandkids both have nicknames. Yeah. Huh. Huh.
Hey,
All right.
hey.
Anyway, Love Smooth. Key ingredient, olive extract. And what they've done is they have found a way to process the olive where there's no waste. And it's also done this through this kind of sciencey water way of doing it. So they break down the entire olive. There's no waste. And olives, think about olives, olive oil, you know, it's like really high in emollients, high in fats, all of that kind of stuff. Has a really high emollient and a smoothing property to it. Like on a day like today, pretty much everybody could use this, I think. I have a lot, I'd say probably a good third, if not more, of my client base is curly hair. Love curly hair. And pretty much all summer, I'm using Love Smooth somewhere in their regimen when they're here in the salon. Because it's not gonna take their curl out, it's just gonna smooth it and tame it a little bit. So you could still use a curl support product when you style your hair, or maybe even Love Curl shampoo. But usually I'm using Love Smooth somewhere in their visit, and I'm recommending it to them too. Because who does a lot of curly folks? Yeah, I mean, do you get a lot of people who are like, it's frizzy, my hair's, yeah.
That's what I was saying, this is more defrizzing than like,
Yeah.
it's not straightening.
Not straightening, not straightening at all. It will not, doesn't take the curl out. Yeah, I mean, I have this one client, she's biracial, and she has enough hair for 75 people. My God. I actually, when I book her haircut, I tell her, book it as a tint.
Yeah,
Because it takes me that long. And I use this on her hair, and it doesn't take any of the curl out, it just really defines it, helps to define it. So it's really, really nice for that. So, shampoo. Any questions on how to use shampoo? No? All right. Then, are we good with that then?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, some families have a mask and a conditioner. Okay? Some don't. Daviness' stance as far as essential goes, the difference between who gets mask and who gets conditioner is hair texture, okay? So, fine to medium would get conditioner. Thick, coarse, unruly gets mask, okay?
And you use the mask at like your regular conditioner?
You sure could,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, when you really think of it though, Love Smooth is typically a client that I'm not recommending they shampoo daily.
Yeah.
But maybe they're doing a co-wash. When I say co-wash, does anyone not know what that means? No? Everybody got it? Okay. Maybe they're doing a co-wash. So they could, if it was somebody who's doing it like a daily co-wash almost, I would probably recommend the conditioner over the mask if they're doing that. But if they're shampooing and conditioning, I would go right back to that kind of guideline that Daviness gives us. Fine to medium gets conditioner, medium to thick, coarse, unruly gets mask. Up to 5 minutes with conditioner, up to 10, maybe 15. I mean, I'm just gonna be realistic, who has 15 minutes to condition their hair? I don't know. But if you do, that's great. But even if you're under that, it's still very, very beneficial, Okay? There we are. Stylers. I love both of these stylers, especially the smoothing perfector. So key difference, and it kind of tells you with the design of the bottle. This one has a pump. It's not a spray, but you know, it's a nice, put it in your hand and then work it through the hair. This one doesn't have a pump. So that right there is going to tell you lighter, more concentrated. Bam, right there. Smoothing perfector also is really, really nice for defining the curl. It's really, really nice for that. For those clients that, or even blowing somebody's hair out, you want just an extra layer of smoothness to it. This is a really nice thing to bump that up. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Yeah, anytime you want to, you're gonna use a different styling product, like something from More Inside, but you want to just up the smoothness factor, I would layer one of these in the hair and then put the styling product over it. So with this being a lighter weight product, this is probably for somebody who would be more of one of those people that would get conditioner, and this would probably be more for somebody who's gonna use the mask. Okay, great, good. Milu. Now, Daviness really phoned it in when they came up with this nickname. This is maybe not the most beloved family member based on the nickname. I'm just joking. Milu, Mellow. I'm like, come on, Daviness, you're better than that. But Mellow. And essentially what this is, Milu, is anti-breakage. The key ingredient, lentil, let's see if I got this, lentil seed extract. Ha, got it. Lentil seed extract. And the reason for that is because who said they're sciencey? Somebody said they were sciencey. Yeah. The molecular structure of that is similar to keratin.
Oh.
So it helps with elasticity. It's anti-breakage. So that's what this is. Shampoo, conditioner, there's no mask in it. And then the hair shield. Who's played with the hair shield? Anybody? No? Who uses a lot of hot tools in the salon? Who uses a lot of hot tools at home? Yeah. Everybody who's like married to their hot tools needs this in their arsenal. It actually is tested, it's a shield. It says it right on the thing, it's a heat shield. There's essentially you might get a little texture out of it, but there's not really any hold to it. But what it is it's a true heat shield. It's tested up to 420 degrees to be
Which
used
no
in
one
the
should
hair.
be using more than that.
Yeah.
For the love of God.
Yeah. And so what you would do is when you're using this, you would mist it through the hair, of course dry the hair, and then use whatever hot tools you're using after that.
And so like on wet and damp hair is what you're saying? Or, yeah.
Well, you dry the hair before you flat iron it.
Yeah. But I mean, like you put this in when it's damp.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Okay,
yes,
that's okay, yeah,
yes,
okay, got it.
exactly.
So this doesn't need a second heat protectant then after blow drying?
I mean, it's sufficient all by itself.
That's pretty
That's awesome.
sweet.
Yeah.
And this is for like Kat's type of hair or like my summer blondes
Cause
who
it's
are
just a shield.
Yeah.
I mean, the
There's-
whole line for just like blonde over blue process.
This is the
Yeah,
one
I
that-
mean, there's no hold to it or anything like that, so depending on what your end result is you're looking for as far as styling goes,
Yeah.
I would
Add something
recommend,
else,
I
yeah.
would recommend pairing a styling product, but.
It's good to know that that's got the protection though, and
Yeah.
that part is covered.
Yeah.
So there's people that look just for that, so
Yeah.
that's nice to know.
420 degrees, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right,
Kurt.
so we have a question? No? Okay. All right, Minu. So, Minu, short for illuminating, they kind of,
It's very short.
it was like, I think they named this one and this one on the same day. I don't know. Anyway, Minu, great for color treated hair. Key ingredient is caper blossom extract.
What is it?
Bird blossom.
I got it, caper blossom extract. And the reason for that is it's a natural UV filter.
Okay.
Yeah, not a sunscreen for the scalp or anything like that, but it's a natural UV filter. And then it also has properties that create high shine. So it's gonna help to illuminate that color that you just did.
So like takes instead of like, it is is what bounces the sun off of the hair pretty much, no?
Well, in a physical sense.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
the
so
way
much
that
the
I envision it is it just kind of lessens the impact of the sun on your hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you-
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Because you know those
Mhm.
those sun rays, they come in and they eat up
Yeah.
that color, that pigment, slowly, and this kind of just helps to buffer the effect of that. So yeah, I love it for all kinds of different reasons, but I really love the smell of it too. But I think this is just a really, really good one for that all over hair color. I think it's just really good to protect the color. So shampoo, conditioner, and mask. So this is one that has both. And then we've got this little thing here, the hair serum. And what this is it's a lotion, but it's the way that I position it to my clients. I think the best way to really position it is it's a light leave-in conditioner in lotion form. So those clients are going to the lake, here's my question, why do people come in and spend a lot of money with us and then go to Mexico? It's like, that sun and salt water is just gonna, I'll see you in 2 weeks after you're back. But this is the reason I bring that up, is this is a really nice one to send it with the spring breakers.
Yeah.
Send it with, I have so many clients, so in Minnesota, we're like crazy about having a cabin. Do you guys have
Lots of people,
Yeah.
Wisconsin cabins, yeah.
I send it with a lot of my clients to their cabins. If you're gonna go on your boat, throw this in your hair.
Yeah.
That type of a
Okay.
thing.
Oh, that's a great.
Yeah, it's really, really nice for that.
That's what we have over here, isn't it, Rena?
Yeah, it does come
And
with that.
that side, I believe.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, because I started using the new, I remember, and I know you'll get into it, on
Yeah.
like darker clients, but then I looked at it and I was like, I think I need to stop doing this on my darker clients.
It's not gonna hurt anything.
I just saw the vitamin C and I'm like, am I like counteracting everything as soon as they walk out of here?
No, you're not hurting anything.
Okay.
So you can, literally you can use any of this on anyone. They do, because of certain things, they do kind of target one client maybe a little bit more than another. So let's use Minu as an example, since I'm talking about that. Sure, you could use it on a blonde. Like maybe you did a level 10 with color, not with bleach. It's gonna protect their color. Maybe you did a level 4 hair color. Minu would be great for that person because it's gonna illuminate the color and it's also gonna add to the longevity of it. Where,
Or everybody gets a gloss now, right? So,
Yeah. But since you brought it up, I'm just gonna jump over here to Nunu because I just wanna position the two. So Nunu cap is perfect for your hair. And the reason for this is the key ingredient in this is tomato extract.
Did you
And
say tomato?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it's a specific type of tomato actually too. So get this, I love this story. It's a type of tomato that was close to extinction. Slow food Presidia, a lot of Italian families grew it in their gardens because what they would do is they would like can or do whatever they needed to do with these tomatoes to get them through the winter because it's high in carbohydrates and protein.
Yeah.
Also good for people with very light hair color, okay? Because it's gonna help to build strength, protein and carbohydrates. But what what Slow Food Presidia did, it's close to extinction, this one type of, I don't know if it's fiaschetto or flaschetto, I don't speak Italian. If they put these labels in Spanish, I could knock it out. But Italian, I can't do it. Yeah. But anyway, Slow Food Presidia goes around to some of these small, like, home gardeners, gathers seeds, starts to propagate them. It's now no longer close to extinction.
Oh,
I just think
love
that's
that.
such a cool thing.
That's a good
Yeah,
story.
yeah, right there. But yeah, Kat, did that answer your question as far as Nunu versus Minu?
Yeah.
Does that help clear it up?
Absolutely. Well, my main question was just making sure that if I could use Nunu on darker.
You can,
clients.
you can. I mean, think about, I don't know why, sometimes people just, for whatever reason, genetics or diet or whatever, and you're using good things on their hair, but maybe they come in and their ends are just not.
That's how my hair is. I don't bleach it, I don't do anything, and it just like disintegrates almost.
So,
But, yeah,
so you could use this.
so
Yeah.
yeah, it's not necessary.
Yeah. right. Good on that. Good on Minu. Any questions about Minu before I move on? No? Momo,
Woo.
short for moisture. And I love Momo because, especially in the wintertime, what is it with these people who come in and it takes you 20 minutes to a half hour just to comb out their damn hair? And I don't know why, but I feel like it's always in the winter. It's like you shampoo their hair, you just feel it go. And you're like,
And you're like,
"Oh,
ah, it's all.
Yeah.
it's gonna be a real quick blow dry today. Yeah, but I feel like this has some really nice detangling properties to it, as does Love Swim. Okay? But, oh, I have a cool story about Momo. So Momo, key ingredient, yellow melon extract. I just wanna make sure I did it. I'm getting all these
Melon,
ingredients
that's a
right.
cute
Yeah.
color.
Yeah. So yellow melon extract. So this is the type of melon in Italy that people harvest, and then they kind of, I don't know how you keep between harvest time and holidays. I don't know how you keep a melon nut from going gross on your counter, but leave it to the Italians. But they save them sometimes until holiday season. It's like a really big kind of treat with a lot of Italian families, this yellow melon. But think of it, when you bite into a melon, like this time of year especially, it's juicy. It kind of replenishes. It's got all those really nice vitamins and minerals in it that are good for you, also good for your hair. Here's a cool sustainability story about Momo. So I don't know all the farmers' names. Let's see.
That would be tough.
Oh, and it's a name I can pronounce, yay. Mrs. Samante.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So good old Mrs. Samante there in, somewhere in Italy. Mrs. Samante growing her melons, and Daviness sources the melons, gets the stuff they need out of the melon, they save the seeds, they send them back to Mrs. Samante. She grows more
That's
melons.
really cool.
Yeah.
There you go, we're a sustainable hair company, yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. So, all right, so shampoo, conditioner, and then the potion. I feel like anytime I use this potion, anytime you want to up the moisture content of somebody's hair, this is what you're gonna use. So just put it in there. It's a leave-in, it's an intensive leave-in conditioner. Now, you kind of have to be a little bit careful with hair texture that you would use this on. Kat, I would not use this in your hair. I think it would, really kind of take out some of the life out of your hair. It would be great for moisture, but I think it would be a little bit too weighty for your hair. But anytime you want to increase the moisture content, like Kayla, I think this would be beautiful in the ends of your hair sometime.
Yeah.
But I feel like whenever I put it in there, almost it feels like the hair's going,
Yeah.
it just kind of, yeah. Yeah. Or, when you're shampooing them and you want to cry because you know it's going to take you a half hour to comb their hair out, throw some of this in the ends before you comb it out.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to really do a nice job there too. So yeah. Okay, so leave it. All right, great. Volume. Look at, no conditioner, right? Because volume is short for volume, volumizing.
This makes so much sense. I never understand why volume lines have a conditioner.
Okay, yeah.
Like that's right.
Yeah, no conditioner here. If you were to recommend a conditioner with this one, my two go-tos with this one, sure, address it to what their specific needs are. But it's somebody who's typically having fine hair, wants to boost volume, all of that. What I would recommend would either be right here, Day-Day Conditioner or Day-Day Mist, which is a very light leave-in conditioner. I think Day-Day Mist with this is just brilliant. So, anyway, turnip extract is the key ingredient.
What was it?
Turnip.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, high in mineral salts, so it helps to restructure the hair, gives it a little bit of, really nice light texture and body without being crunchy or sticky or anything like that. It just gives it a little, almost like a really light lived-in feel to it. Okay? Do you remember when I said this is not vegan? The reason it's not vegan is there's a byproduct of sheep's wool in here. Okay? And
Interesting.
I swear Daviness thinks of everything. I need to find out why this is sometime. But the sheep that they use, well, first of all, So the sheep go in to the little barn or wherever, they get their little haircut, off they go. The wool goes to make blankets or who knows what. All the stuff that's left on the floor that would be waste, that's what's used. So no
So-
waste, yeah.
So what is it? It's sheep what?
It's a byproduct of sheep's
And
wool.
they take something
yeah.
out of the sheep's wool.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know
here's
why.
here's what I don't know why. This is the I don't know why part. It's a specific breed of sheep, only raised in New Zealand,
Maybe the hair color's different. Listen, I'm here for it. There's
Yeah.
a reason.
and
I gotta meet these
not
sheep.
susceptible to mad cow disease. Wouldn't,
Wow.
wouldn't
Also
it be
good to
mad
know.
sheep disease? I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's part of that.
Maybe they're very voluminous.
Maybe that's
I'm
it.
thinking like, yeah, you know,
They're
like the
like-
mini cow is
Yeah.
different than the big cow. Maybe this is a little different.
They're like the Cindy Crawford of sheep.
So we don't know what that, it's just something in the wool helps like.
Yeah, moisturize and adds a little bit more volume and
Okay,
texture to the hair.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, so sheep have lanolin, right?
Right,
Naturally on their skin that works its way through the wool.
probably.
The lanolin smooth is, yeah, it's heavy.
So that'd be different. And this is an extract they're taking out of the
But I
sheep's
wonder
wool.
if the lanolin, like the proteins in it, because it
Maybe
would be
help,
you know,
like-
higher and like
Makes
a fatty protein.
Yeah, and their hair's gotta be like, think about everything they do with it. But that is interesting. I'm
Yeah.
looking that up now. I gotta see
Yeah.
these New Zealand sheep.
Also, the way to use this, just so you know, is this is a styler. It's a very light styler. So those people that want volume but still a very natural feel to their hair, this would be a really great product for them. And again, it's a volumizing product, so where are you most likely applying it? At the scalp. You could maybe put something else on the ends, or you don't need to, but very, very nice light styler. Okay.
I brought the little bars up for you too.
Oh!
They're right back behind you.
Oh my gosh, good, thank you. So this one does have volume shampoo bar. Okay, these are incredible. If you're not talking to your guests about these, start talking to them. So, for instance, the biodegradability of these is extremely high, 90-something percent.
Wow.
When it comes to numbers, I don't know if I got dropped on my head or something, but sometimes numbers get jumbled around in there, but I know it's 90-something percent biodegradability. So actually at my cabin, I have a cabin in northern Minnesota. We have this beautiful spring-fed lake that's very, very clean. This is the only thing in my shower at my cabin. In fact, my sister-in-law was up there last weekend, and I saw her going to take a shower, and she had her little, and I was like, what's in there?
Like, eh.
And she goes, well, I can only use blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, the shower's stocked. You're not using any of your crap. You can actually use the word crap. None of that is going in my lake. So anyway, the biodegradability of these is incredibly high. The other cool thing about them is the amount of water used is minimal compared to here. So that's another great, as far as environmentally, it's a great way to do that. Also, I haven't talked about paper that's used by Daviness yet, but any paper that's used is certified by this organization called Forest Stewardship Council. So any paper that's not post-consumer waste is certified to have been grown on a farm. So we're not clear-cutting forests. We're not here in Wisconsin or northern Minnesota tearing down old growth trees.
It was grown to do this.
Yeah, it was grown just like corn, I don't know how many cornfields I drove past on my way here.
Yeah, a lot.
But yeah, but it's just like that. So that's cool. So the labels are actually recyclable, compostable, biodegradable. All of the ink is, I believe, soy-based ink. So that's not going to go into our waterways and pollute them as well. But then also what's inside the wrapper is really fantastic, because you actually get, and Garrett, maybe you know the number better than I do, these are actually designed to get a few more washes out
Isn't
than,
it 34 shampoos out of a bar?
I think so.
Something like that?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I thought it
so,
was showing the equivalent to the big bottles, but maybe I was misreading.
I was gonna say,
Not
it's
the
going
liter, not the liter bottles,
Yeah, I don't think
the
it'll
retail
liter.
size
Yeah.
bottles.
That's interesting.
yeah.
Oh, I use way too much shampoo then.
But does everyone understand how to use the bar?
That's a great segue. I'm gonna talk about that right now.
Yeah.
So it's not like this.
Is that a little box for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
So
talked
which-
before.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna talk about the longevity of it.
Because that's like my issue.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
here's the longevity of it. So you're not using it on your hair like this. You suds your hands. Whatever's on your hands, use that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you very nicely rinse off your bar. And you put it in here to let it dry out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
And the liner comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I use-
Garrett, don't tell anybody I'm telling you this right now. So these, I don't know, is there still a promo where you get these with these?
Yes. Well, there must be because it's inside the essential
Okay.
intro.
So there's a promo. I own a small salon in St. Paul. You get these with these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salon only sales doesn't have to know everything. I do sell these.
Yeah.
So it's meant to be a gift with purchase, but I'm like, no,
Right. I
we're
know
not
you.
doing that.
I'm
You didn't hear me say that, Garrett.
I hear nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have them listed for $10.
Yeah, good, me too. Knuckle bumping me from afar.
And
Yeah.
I mean, that's nothing because it's not like you have to get a new one every time. You're buying it once.
Yeah.
So that's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it extends the life of your bar. Hang
I
on
mean,
just
by
one second, I'll
probably
come right
50%,
back.
I would say.
So, there are four shampoo bars. There are more than 4 essential families. Why is that? The reason why that is, oh, also, I did get to test these too. I was actually in Parma. They have a test salon there. I was there for a week and a half of training before I went to India. And I got to test these in the test salon in Parma. It was so cool.
So cool.
Yeah, but
Yes.
the reason that there's 4 and not 1 to represent every family is because the fats from the plants that are used in bars, in some of the families, they just got, like, for lack of a better way to describe it, mushy. They wouldn't hold up, they wouldn't hold a shape. So that's why there's 4 and not all of them.
I started having my son use them because he is a kid and doesn't understand what
I was just
a
thinking if
quarter
it would be
looks like.
better
Yes.
or not.
To
Yeah.
the amount of shampoo that it is saved, because he can't, unless he just lets it soak in the tub with him, he can't waste it. Like
Yeah,
the
they don't take
shampoo
baths
where he's
anymore.
just like,
They take showers.
and
Yeah,
then
I mean-
the bottle float around in the tub and fill up with water.
Yeah.
And so the shampoo bar, I
Yeah.
throw it in his little thing, and it's lasted so much longer.
Because it
than-
just puts it back in and closes the top. Yeah.
It's not-
Yeah, I mean, this morning Andrea took a shower and the shower head was going out, the water was going out of the tub, which is why it leads into the basement. And I went, she said, something is wrong with this shower. That the the floor's all wet. I was like, yeah, it's the shower. Something's wrong with the shower.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
My
gonna buy
son-
that.
My son, who's like this soccer guy, like jog, the amount of product we went through in our house is just like,
Oh yeah, especially
buddy,
now.
come on.
I feel like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
was more than ever with boys. I
yeah,
feel like,
yeah,
No, I like that a lot because it doesn't, it's so much less waste.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Otherwise,
Yeah, that's cool.
The cost on here is the container and the shampoo bar.
Oh.
For the body and shampoo bar, as I love to call it.
Yeah, I do think he washes his whole body with it.
Yeah.
Whatever,
So
though.
both
God
of them
bless.
is
He's
that-
probably still using less than he would if it was a squeeze bottle, so.
And the
Okay,
other problem
Kat.
was we let all the bottles float in the tub.
Oh,
So
yeah.
everything filled with
Filled up
water
with water,
because they're
yeah.
not waterproof containers. So like I wash my hair once a week, so I would wash my hair and just pour water out of my, $30 shampoo, and I was like,
Sure. I know.
I used this one time
Yeah,
and it's gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you. I've been there. Yeah. Okay, Kat, you had a question.
Oh, I'm good now.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So the 4, you probably already know this, but Momo, Love Smooth, Volu, and Day Day are the 4 families that have a corresponding bar.
All right.
Great. All right, Day Day, short for delicate. So when I was a brand new Daviness user, I didn't have any education. I went from one salon to this salon that carried Daviness. In fact, that's why I chose that salon. But I had no education. I just jumped right in. So delicate, I misunderstood delicate. So as far as Daviness is concerned, delicate is delicate in weight, I misinterpreted for delicate hair. No,
So it's delicate in weight?
delicate in weight. So for those people who can't really, tolerate weight on their hair, I'll use I have this client, she's been with me forever, Polly. She has like 4 hairs on her entire head, and she just fights to get anybody at all. And in fact, when I'm shampooing, I've been doing her hair probably, I've been over 30 years in the business, probably almost from the very start. Every time when I shampoo her hair, there comes a point where she gets like this panic-stricken look. Are you using conditioner?
Oh gosh.
just on the ends. It's okay.
You're like, yeah, the first time ever, I am dousing your scalp.
Yeah. So anyway, delicate in weight. All right. I also love this for, think of kids with really fine hair. For those of you, I showed my picture of my granddaughter too. She has just, baby fine toe head.
Good.
Yeah. And I think this is really great for kids' hair too. So shampoo and conditioner. As I said, the conditioner and also the mist are good to pair with the Volu family. But the Volu hair mist, I love this stuff. So it's good for so many things. It's designed to be a leave-in conditioner. And also, it does a really great job of equalizing porosity in the hair prior to a chemical service. Do you do perms here?
I do.
Yeah? So if you need like a pre-wrap to equal out porosity, it's great for that. Or you're gonna do a chemical service on somebody where they have questionable, color or something, where they have questionable porosity down through everywhere else, and you just wanna even it out, great for that. Detangler, great for that. My kids, well, actually my daughter, when she was little, cute, well, not just when she was little, still a drama queen, huge drama queen. But combing your hair out in the morning was the worst part of my entire day. This saved my life so many times. So yeah, really great for that. So leave-in conditioner, very, very light leave-in conditioner. In fact,
I have stylists say that they use it for their cutting.
I was gonna say like a
Yeah.
cutting lotion,
They
yeah,
love
that's what
it
I was
so
thinking,
much,
yeah.
I don't use it for a cutting lotion because I'm kind of a tightwad.
Yeah, right?
If I'm putting something in someone's hair, they're gonna be taking it home. And so I don't use it as a cutting lotion. I actually,
I can appreciate that, yeah.
in the salon, I don't use it as a cutting lotion. When I'm doing cutting classes, I use it as a cutting lotion. And it's great for that, especially razoring. Do you do much razoring? So nice for razoring, because it just creates this really nice slip in the hair. But the reason, I wanna do something here. Both leave-in conditioners. That's how I would position these. Very, very light, more intense.
Well, it's one on, what's that one? Yeah.
Momo hair
Oh,
touch.
The one you said would be too heavy for
Yeah.
Matt's hair, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah. Great. There's that, and there's that. And you know what else I love? I love that the Solo, I love that this is, kind of sandwiched between Volu and Solo. Because, no conditioner. Because Solu, short for solution. And it's not a clarifying, I'm gonna say it one more time, not a clarifying shampoo. Because it doesn't strip the hair. What it does is it's a deep cleansing shampoo. Really great to build on our conversation about teenage boys and how much they smell. It's really a great one at least once a week for a stinky boy. Or for swimmer hair. Or prior to a chemical service if someone has buildup. Prior to a perm, this is beautiful. It's color safe too, so that's good to know. When I was first learning about Solu, I'm a natural born skeptic, and it's a deep cleansing shampoo that's color safe. And I thought, no, it's not. And so one of my friends was in, we were doing a really deep, like about a level 6 red, and because it was a friend of mine, I shampooed her hair with this. I shampooed the color out of her hair with this. It was color safe. So yeah, so really great for that. I don't shampoo my hair at all because I have that Scandinavian hair that just gets fluffy and I hate it. I feel like I'm, what's his name? Newscaster Burgundy from the...
Ron?
Yes, Ron Burgundy. I get like Ron Burgundy hair and I hate it. In fact, just so you know, I'm getting a haircut next week. I was getting ready this morning and then I had to go teach a class and I really need a haircut. I have one next week. Anyway, when I do shampoo my hair, like maybe about once a week and once a month, just to get all the stuff off of there, I use this. And I have to live with it for about a day or two. Yeah. All right. So, I didn't talk about the key ingredient. Key ingredient, why am I spacing on it? It is buckwheat.
Smell like beer.
I don't, have you smelled this though? It smells so good. I love
It does smell
I
good.
smell weird. Yeah, yeah. But no, buckwheat extract, and the reason buckwheat extract is, think of it, it's deep cleansing. You want to leave something behind that's going to help to nourish and moisturize the hair, right here.
Well, I think that's what keeps people away from like deep cleansers is, not wanting to feel dry
Yeah.
and stuff, so it's good.
Do you have the salt scrub, the Solu
I'm
salt scrub?
sold out, but yeah, we can.
Because it's such a wonderful thing, right?
Yeah.
So Solu salt scrub compared to the Solu shampoo is just a more intense like for buildup and that kind of stuff. And then it also has those little salt crystals in there, which are also sustainably sourced. Who knew that? And then there's salt farms that are sustainable. Salt. Anyway, but those are really nice for exfoliation. I mean, so nice for exfoliation. And then also, it helps to give the hair just this really nice texture and a little bit of body as well. My client Polly that I talked about earlier, I sent her home with the travel size because she almost never shampoos her hair, but she either uses this or the Solu salt scrub because it just gives your hair just a little bit more life and a little bit more texture to it
Probably
as
some
well.
longevity before the next shampoo too then.
Yeah.
If you've got my hair.
Yeah, and then it's got that nice exfoliation part to it as well.
I haven't used to that yet.
Doesn't create
Sample.
any
Yeah.
micro fissures in the skin. A lot of scrubs out there do, and that does not. The Solu
Yeah, like it's
scrub.
not rough. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 The other thing I want to talk about with this
Did I
is,
smell it?
yeah,
I just smelled it.
what I want to talk about with this too is when it first came out, I struggled the first couple of times getting suds. It didn't really suds the hair. You know, it was kind of like, it's in there and I know it's working, but it didn't suds. And I tell every one of my clients this that I send this home with, use about the size of a quarter or a $1/2 at the absolute most. Get your hair real wet, then get it in there. If you're not getting any suds, you don't have enough moisture in your hair, you just need to wet your hair back down and then scrub it. And it'll just, it's beautiful. Okay? Great. Nunu, we talked about Nunu already. Any questions there? No? Okay. Love Curl. Holy smokes. Look at this big family. It's so funny. I just had like one of those memories. You know how when you have a memory comes back that you didn't know you had? So when I was in India teaching this, we had this PowerPoint that we would present and everything like that. And my coworker Shahid, such a wonderful man. Like this family, he'd say, Mom and Dad, no children. He'd introduce it that way. and then we get to love. And he's like, Mom and Dad and all the children. Yeah. Or Solo, he'd introduce this as a bachelor.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
That
No,
is adorable.
That's a good way to think about it though.
It
Yeah.
is.
no marriage, no children. Yeah, that's it. But anyway, love, have you ever heard the phrase, so I grew up I didn't grow up there, I went to high school in a small town in East Central Iowa. And a lot of my friends had huge families. You know, and I mean, we're in dairy country, so I'm assuming dairy farm. Big
Nothing
families.
else to do.
Yeah, yeah. But are you familiar with the term fill a pew? So
Yes.
this whole family is filling a pew.
Cute.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway,
Catholic, no birth control.
Yeah, seriously.
That's how I ever.
I have a client that has 7 kids and it's because she's super Catholic.
Yeah.
God bless.
yeah. One of my friends in high school grew up in a dairy family, 14 kids.
Oh.
My dad,
14.
that's so cool. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's so
Yeah. Or my father-in-law, one of 21.
It's fun to have so
Wow.
much family
Yeah.
though. It's probably fun, but
Yeah,
I didn't even support that many kids.
yeah.
how do you remember everyone's name?
I mean, I feel like my husband is constantly, because they're all older now. Unfortunately, we lost my father-in-law about 3 years ago.
Oh.
But my husband is always coming to me, oh, my aunt so-and-so died, or my uncle blah blah blah.
You're like, how many are there left? Yeah.
And actually, a couple of years ago, he came. He was like, it was when my father-in-law was still alive. Dad called today. Aunt Snip died. And I went, on snip diet. And I said, I have never effing heard.
Yeah, you're like, I wanna be remorseful right now.
And he looked at me and he went, no, you know,
You know.
Snip and Tot. And I was like, they were not named Snip and Tot.
Yeah, like, what's her name?
So apparently, Aunt Snip died, Uncle Tot is still hanging around.
Oh, God.
Snip and Tot. Anyway, I'm
Nicknames.
sorry. I always tell somewhere when I teach a class, I always tell them, you know, today's class is essential hair care and fascinating personal facts about
I
Dennis.
love that.
Yeah.
I love
So I apologize for that.
No.
But anyway, love curl. Love this stuff. And love lovely curls. Love, I don't know what. But anyway, key ingredient here is almond extract. And just like they break down the entire olive for Love Smooth, they break down the entire almond for Love Curl. Here's something cool. So think curly hair. So those fatty acids and triglycerides that our body naturally produces to nourish and protect our hair. In curly hair, it doesn't work its way all the way up to the ends, right? Just because the shape of the cuticle, all of that kind of stuff. The almond, high in fatty acids, high in triglycerides. So what they're trying to do is mimic what our body would do to nourish the hair in the Love Curl line. So that's why the almond is in there. So shampoo, pretty easy. Any questions about who gets conditioner and who gets mask? No? The Love, hi, how are you? Here, I have one of these for
Hi.
you.
Hi.
What's your name?
Okay, I'm Rachel.
Rachel, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, curl cleansing cream. Has anybody played with this much?
I have not used
No?
that, no.
No. What is it? I'm sorry.
Curl cleansing cream. It's designed to be used every third wash for somebody with curly hair.
Okay. So it's like a co-wash kind of? Or?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So here's how I sell it, because I'm just going to be honest with you. There's some confusion over this, and so sometimes it doesn't go out the door. I sell it to everyone who is doing a co-wash. Like, you know, I essentially am co-washing my hair. If my hair were longer, I would probably use this. So
I used to always use a co-wash in my hair. I just
so that's what that is. Think of it that way. It's a co-wash. And so if you're using this, you know, let's say you're recommending it as it's recommended, you know, every third shampoo, then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna, you know, get your hair wet, use it as you would a shampoo, you know, scrub the scalp to exfoliate it, and may or may not condition. It depends on the hair type. So it could be used just all by itself, or it could be used with a conditioner as well. All depends on the hair type, okay? So, can I take a little bit of liberty here with your shelf for a minute?
Yeah.
Yep, so what I'm gonna do is here we go. Lightest to most intense is what
Okay.
I just did.
perfect.
Okay, so I sell a ton of this stuff.
Yeah, tell me about this stuff.
I
was
love
looking at it, but I was not sure how
Yeah.
to use it.
I love this. So it's designed to be used as a curl refresher. So, you know, generally, I don't recommend, and hopefully most curly haired clients aren't shampooing their hair every day, right? So you get up in the morning, you get bedhead, you want to reactivate that curl. A lot of people use water, which, okay, that probably does the trick. Curl revitalizer, it revitalizes the curl. It helps to define the curl, it helps to put a teensy bit of hold and texture in there, but that's how this is designed to be used, is as a curl revitalizer next day.
To give it the bounce back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they don't use water then, they mist that through and
Mist it in there and
scrunch it?
give it a little one of these, yeah.
Okay.
Now, here's my favorite way to use this, which is not how this is designed to be used. It's a really, really light styler. So you know how we all have our own flavor of client that for whatever reason we've developed that flavor of client, you know, in your career. My clients are very natural. Natural color, natural feel to their hair, generally don't like a lot of product in their hair. That's why I sell a ton of this, is because with my curly hair clients, I mist their hair with it, and then I just do a light diffuse, and it's beautiful. Have you ever used this as a styler in your hair, Garrett?
Yes.
It would be beautiful in your hair.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You are like
Yeah.
the perfect person for this as a styler.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, as you probably picked up, I talk a lot. So a lot of times when I'm diffusing, I don't know why, maybe it's just because it's natural for me. You're standing on the side, you're kind of diffusing the back of their head. And then the next thing I know, I'm talking about my dogs or my grandkids or whatever, and it's just like frizzy, like I overdid it.
Yeah. Touched it too much.
Yeah.
I take this and I just go,
Oh. Rachel said, yeah.
Yeah.
She's got curly hair.
yeah. So I just give it, that frizzy area, I just go and give it one of those.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, Nicole, after a perm. Because there's virtually no weight to it. It's not going to weight out that
Yeah.
perm. And then it also has those fatty acids and triglycerides in it as well.
Just doing what you want to do with your hands
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
Yeah.
could talk about this all day. It is probably one of my top 5.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then, curl primer. Curl primer, I would say, is somebody with a weak curl pattern, a little bit of wave, just needs a little bit more moisture and a little bit more coaxing. Virtually no hold to this, but it's gonna just be a really nice, so think of these three as all, not only stylers, but they're going to add added moisture to the hair as well, okay? So, that's that. It's a spray. I don't recommend spraying it because the consistency of the product, when you spray it, it kind of comes out in like one area. So I recommend, and I also teach my clients, is spray it in your hands, work it through your hands, and then work it through your ends, and it's great. But this is for somebody with more of a weak curl, that kind of a thing. Somebody
Needs
who's
to judge.
a little bit more support. Yeah. All right, middle of the road, we have the curl cream. So somebody who their curl pattern, no matter what the weather, no matter what, their curl pattern is gonna make you look like you're the best curly haired stylist that's ever lived on the face of the earth. That's who gets this, okay? It's not unruly, it's not frizzy, although this does help a little bit with some frizz and flyaways. Adds a little bit more moisture to the hair, a little bit more protection, definition, all of those things, okay? And then this one, I love it because it's right on the label. Curl controller. I mean, right away, what does that tell you? What type of hair?
Unruly.
Yeah, unruly hair, coarse hair, thick hair, all of that, curl control, okay? There we go. So, and you can use these by themselves, or if you're using a curly styler, what I would do is I would put this in first, and then whatever more inside styler, put that over the top. I wouldn't cocktail them just because our products are so moisturizing and so high in fatty acids and that kind of stuff. You get that kind of, I call it cottage cheese.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
got
yeah.
it the other day
Ugh.
Yeah.
when I mixed
And
it
you
with one of the curl, what was the curl builder or the
Yeah.
curl non-oil oil, and
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. Layer,
oh,
not cocktail.
Yeah, layer.
this is, and then I was like, do I
These
try
are
to put
like
this
setting
in,
the
and then
foundation,
like the
kind of.
chunks just
Yeah.
like sat. I was
Put
like,
that moisture back in there.
Yeah,
Combing
and
it,
then
I'm
you
like,
can
let's
set. I like
start over.
that.
Yeah.
All right, good?
Yeah, I have a question. So
Yeah.
you said it was made with almond extract. So is that somebody who has a tree nut allergy would need to be
Thank you.
concerned
Yes, I
with?
totally forgot to mention that. So, our stance, our official stance, this came right from the labs in Italy, our official stance as far as like nut allergies. So, yeah, almond extract, it's a tree nut. So it's a topical though, you're not ingesting it. So our official stance, and I stand behind this, is that if someone does have a nut allergy concern, I would refer it to their medical professional.
Yeah.
And at the same time, since we're not ingesting it, we're just putting it on the hair, it should be safe. But I always cover my butt by saying, go talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
Because there's different, because some people have gluten allergies and they're fine and it's just ingested, and then I had one plant who would break out in like hives on her whole scalp if anything I had a wheat protein in it or
Okay.
anything.
Yeah,
But she's the only person I've ever met that was like that, you know?
yeah,
So that's obviously not normal, maybe not.
yeah. Thank you for asking that, cause I almost
Yeah.
missed it, so thank you so much. Yeah, great. There's essentials. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna pull out my phone, but I'm gonna give you, cause I know you do extensions. I'm gonna give you a little bit of insider information. It'll just take me a quick second to find this. But here we go. Scrolling. Oh! This isn't what I was looking for, but this kind of goes to what we were just talking about, gluten. So, okay, Momo Hair Potion, Love Curl Cream. Yeah, have gluten in them.
Okay.
And this will be the most entertaining. Hydroxypropyl trimonium, hey, I said that. Hydrolyzed wheat protein, so it's a type of wheat protein in the curl cream and the Momo Hair Potion.
Okay.
But what I wanted to tell you was, here we are. I know, and I don't do extensions, so I don't know why this is a concern with extensions, but if there is a concern about products containing sodium chloride in relationship to extensions, these do not contain sodium chloride. Love Smooth shampoo. So who does extensions? Are you concerned about sodium chloride?
I don't, I was looking at Kat was saying how she was recognizing that. I don't recognize that as something that I've ever heard to be worried
Okay.
about.
It's not, I wouldn't think of it to be worrying. It's just, if anything, would be more dry.
Okay.
Cause it's that salt?
Yeah,
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
that's literally the compound for salt.
That's what I thought, so I'm like,
Yeah.
and then,
So
yeah,
just
it'd
so
be
you know-
drying, I guess.
Love Smoothing shampoo, no sodium chloride. Also Oi shampoo, no sodium chloride. So if there's a concern about extensions, that's maybe a good one
I
to
know Michelle always used to say that she had heard from someone that the Way shampoo was like the best for extensions, like people were saying that, so.
Okay.
So the oil one?
The
Yeah.
oil, yeah, I read
It's
it
got
online
loads
too,
of
when I
oils.
looked up. like,
Yeah, I think all she did was Google it and that's what popped up.
Some
You
of the
know?
regular brands that are out there still use the rawest form of sodium chloride, which is regular table salt. And understand that honestly, Daviness uses obviously the best, the most sustainable,
Right,
the non, you
Yeah.
know, that kind of thing. So that eats away at the bonds with what they're
Like a
applying
roux, okay,
into that, so that's why that's that way.
gotcha,
Awesome.
interesting.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch gears, we're gonna move over here. And we're gonna tackle this